So anyway, congratulations.
Thanks.
It's a funny movie, but it's serious. Dianna, let's start with you. How do you describe the family?
So it's a mob family that is in the witness protection program. They're starting off in Normandy, trying to assimilate, trying to be normal, which is extremely hard for them to do. I mean, take a mob family out of their element and put them in Normandy. It's not gonna have, it's not gonna go unnoticed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting things that happened.
Now, how do you describe it, John?
Well, I think the whole story itself is about the characters, and it's amazing. I think the audience is going to be drawn to each character differently in its own way, and each character branches off separately, but in the end, the whole story is about how the family is together and how they'll protect each other no matter what.
Fish out of water, definitely, though, too, wouldn't you say? Because some
Absolutely.
people just can't change.
No, especially them.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
Now, you're Belle. You play Warren. Very innocent-looking kids. Very innocent. You're the
Yes.
brother and sister.
Yes.
But we don't expect that from such sweet, little angelic faces.
That's the good part about the arc of each character, though. You don't see it coming, and then bam!
It was so much fun to play. It's so much fun to play. I mean, Luc Besson directing, you know what you're getting into, and that you're going to have incredible sequences like that, and it was such a dream. You don't do those things in real life.
Did you have to audition for this role? I mean, Dianna, you have a nice, backstory of work already, so...
It went a little backwards. I just so happened to be in France at the time that it was casting, so I had a meeting with Luc. Luc had actually been in New York with Bob, gets off at the airport, rides
You said Bob, do you mean...
Bob De Niro.
You're calling him Bob.
Yes. And he pulls up to the hotel on his motorcycle. There's croissants on the table. It's so very French. We speak. And then he said, do you want to do this movie? And I think he's crazy. I'm like, wait, but how do you know? And we haven't read and da-da-da. Because I know what I know. But then, other powers that be were like, just read her and like meet, have her meet Bob and whatever. So I read with Luc. I go to New York. I go to Bob's office, and at this point, I don't have the job. I think it's kind of, and Luke's being nice, and he's like, it's fine. I'm like, and Bob's he's much more quiet when you first meet him. And so, get through that experience. So it's about a month and a half until I officially have the word, and then it's relief, and the relief aspect of it took a lot of time, and finally when I realized, it was like, oh, this is going to be fun.
And what about you? Now, you had to audition, right?
Yes, I had an audition, and then a callback with Luc, and then a meeting with Mr. De Niro in his office, until finally I got a call later.
Okay, so who was the first person you told that you got this part?
Oof, my brother Vincent. And he was stationed in the Navy out of country at the time, so I called him up all excited, and I said, Vin, you'll never guess what I just got. He goes, yeah, what? He's got a movie with Mr. De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer. He goes, you're kidding me right now. I go, no, I'm serious. And he goes, okay, man, stay professional. Good luck.
That's spoken like a true Navy man.
Yeah.
Too. Well, let's talk about Bob, Mr. De Niro, and of course Michelle Pfeiffer. What is it like working with these two icons?
I know. So amazing.
It's unbelievable.
And they're so wonderful and caring, and Luc sets up the ultimate situation for you. He's so wonderful, and he loves what he does so much, and obviously they do too, or they wouldn't be doing it. So you're working with these people who love what they do, and you so admire them. So it's a dream. It's a dream.
For you?
It's absolutely amazing to work with everyone together, because everyone knows each other so well also, and then you have these people who come from a different country to act in a movie with everyone else, and it's
Luc's
absolutely
crew
amazing.
has been with him for
Yeah,
years, so
for
they're
years.
already a family, and
and then
so,
we come along, and then they welcome us with open arms, and it's this absolute amazing experience
and it
for
was
3 months.
Johnny's first time out of the
And it's
country.
my first time out of the country on top of that.
Did you have to get your passport for this movie?
Yes, I did.
I know, it's cool.
That is cool. That is very cool. But what is it about gangster movies that we like? I mean, this is a twisted gangster family,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what is it about the mob that we just can't get enough of?
Yeah.
They're awesome. That's what I think it is. It's the fact that it has the comedy flair with it too, and it's I think it's the culture that people fall in love with. And now this is the mix of Italian culture with the French atmosphere, and then it's just magic.
Yeah. And it's the extremes, I think, you know. But at the heart of every family like that, you got to stick together. And I don't know. I'm friends with a lot of Italian people back in San Francisco, and we always thought that our one friend's dad, we joked that he was in the mob because he was just like so slick and he's so good at what he does, and he's total patriarch, and he's just like, he's the man. Chris Fidesi, you're awesome. and so yeah, we always joke, we're like, Chris is in the mob, like he's the boss, you know.
And you got to live out this fantasy.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You really you held your own with those two icons, with
nice.
Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Thanks.
I mean, you really got some great lines. I mean,
yeah.
you realize that,
Thank
don't
you.
you?
It was so fun. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks.
It had to be fun.
It was amazing.
And how about the food? That to me was the biggest difference between French and America.
Yeah.
The French and the Americans was all this food stuff, wasn't it?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was interesting going to craft service and, like, you know, seeing a tray of escargot every day at lunch. But then everything that you would see, like beautiful grilled fish and vegetables and stuff like that, but, you know, or wine, you'd never see at craft service. You'll never see wine on a U.S. set.
Completely different culture.
Well, and
Amazing.
that was such an important part of the movie too, the
Yeah.
food differences. So I guess
Yeah.
that probably helped because
Yeah.
We still had to have our pasta at dinner at one time at our family.
cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made, that was funny, because burgers in France are not really the same.
No,
And so, remember when I made burgers
Oh, I
for
do.
Luke
I
and
do.
everybody?
Yep, in
It's
the
like
kitchen, yep.
in the kitchen, and like everybody really liked them, which is good. So I
Put,
did
like,
it
a
twice.
Spice in there, a different
But
spice.
it was funny. The Americans cooking
Yeah.
in the kitchen. I'll be like, okay, I'll make real burgers. This is good. I got this.
Very good. Now, so what are you going to tell your friends about the family? Why should they go see it besides the fact that
Because
they're
we're
friends
in
with
it,
you?
Yeah.
and they have to be loyal.
Yes. Absolutely. I
But
concur.
For the people that are not our direct friends,
If they want to enjoy an amazing film, they have to go see this. And I
yeah,
think
if
the
you want to
preview-
laugh, if you want to have fun,
wanna have
if you
fun,
want to see it,
be shocked.
then you should go see it if you want to.
And the trailer speaks for itself, I think.
But luckily, the trailer doesn't give everything away.
No,
That
it
is
doesn't
true,
give everything
which is
away.
good. It's good.
Do you think there'll be some extra scenes in the DVD? I mean, when that comes
Hopefully,
out, what do
yeah.
you think?
I don't think so though, because everything we shot is in the movie.
That is true.
Luke is so
That is
good
true.
about didn't have any reshoots, didn't have any ADR. We just did it.
Minimum CGI. Minimal. I don't. Did
What?
we used a green screen like I don't even think
Twice, maybe,
twice.
yeah.
Not even, the last week.
Yeah.
Fire was real. Gunshots were real. We used blanks.
We were real.
We were real.
I warned him going into this. I was like, just so you know, I'm goofy in these interviews. So like, some things I say might be serious, and some
She's
things
fun. I got to hang out with her every day on set.
Aw.
It's great.
Well,
That's
you were
nice.
fun to watch, and I know
Thanks.
you've got a birthday coming up.
No, it was passed in July.
It was in July,
Yeah.
18, right?
Yeah,
Just
it was
turned
turned
18.
18.
You know,
And Bob just had a
you
birthday.
two, yes, and also Michelle's birthday
Yeah.
is in.
Michelle and I are one day apart.
Yeah, and then Bob's is August. You got Bob. You got me calling him Bob. That's wrong.
Yeah.
wrong. I've never talked. Okay.